first, Chad Pergram from Capitol Hill, where the action is tonight. All right, Chad, the majority leader, Mitch McConnell, took that first step. He went to the floor to move forward this confirmation vote. So what could a timeline look like?
Well, the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell initiated a 4-day process. He's repeatedly said he wants to have the confirmation vote this week. So he had to initiate this process tonight before midnight. And what he did, the term of art here on Capitol Hill, is filing cloture. That's an effort to limit debate. So he filed that tonight. By Senate rule, that needs a day to lay over. So tomorrow, day 2, it lays dormant, and then it ripens like a fruit on Friday. That means it's available for a vote. That's the procedural vote to cut off debate. It needs 51 yeas. In the old days, last year, 2017, when they were dealing with Neil Gorsuch for the Supreme Court, Mitch McConnell lowered the bar to end filibusters. It used to be 60. It's now down to 51. And so if you have invoked cloture on day 3, Friday, voted to cut off debate, then a 30-hour clock begins to run. That's all the time that the minority, that opponents of the nomination can consume until it culminates in a confirmation vote, probably on Saturday, 30 hours thereafter. Now, Shannon, the Senate rule says you vote on cloture 1 hour after you come in. So it's possible they could have come in Friday morning at 12:01 and have that procedural vote at 1:01 on Friday morning.
Well, you and I may be here doing this if that happens overnight. Okay, so where do we know about where they stand with votes on either side now?
Yeah, it's absolutely about the math, the math, the math. You've heard me say that many times before. Look at the trio. Mitch McConnell needs to keep the trio of Jeff Flake, Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins together. If he keeps them together, he gets to 51. If he loses one of those three, he's right at 50, and Mike Pence, the vice president, would break the tie. Well, what about Democrats? It's generally not thought that any Democrat would vote to confirm Brett Kavanaugh unless Republicans can deliver the goods. In other words, they carry the freight and get them across 51. I talked earlier with Joe Manchin, a Democratic senator from West Virginia. He's in play. Listen to what he had to say about his vote.
I'm looking at the gentleman as an adult from 22 to 30, 53, 31 years of professional service. I'm looking at him as a father, as a person in the community, how he interacts with his community. I'm looking at a little bit of everything. I'm trying to put the human side to it.
So Joe Manchin is in play. I would also look at Heidi Heitkamp, the Democrat from North Dakota. Those are the two main operatives in the Democrats that might be in play to vote for Brett Kavanaugh, Shannon.
Okay, so how tense are things on Capitol Hill with all of this going on? We've heard quite a bit about what you're experiencing there, and the members as well.
I tell you, it's been absolutely supercharged. You've had protesters in the hallway. We're expecting a lot of more protesters tomorrow. You've had U.S. Capitol Police escorting senators to and from the Capitol when they had to come and vote. We had a story break tonight where an unpaid Democratic intern for Sheila Jackson Lee has been arrested by the U.S. Capitol Police for doxing 3 of the Republican senators on the Judiciary Committee. He was caught in a Capitol Hill office last night, and then he was arrested at home by the U.S. Capitol Police today. You had Mitch McConnell saying that we're not going to be intimidated by these protesters harassing Republican senators in the hall. And then you had Chuck Schumer, the minority leader, basically going right up to the edge where he almost called Mitch McConnell a liar. He said, I'm not going to use the L word. He's using falsehoods, he said. You don't hear that sort of language here on Capitol Hill between the two leaders very often. The reason this nomination is dancing on the tip of a pin. It could go either way when you're dealing with 49, 50, 51 votes. That's why it's so tense, Shannon.
All right, we understand. Chad Pergram, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
We'll pencil us in for Friday night, Saturday morning. We'll see how this goes.